Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carryandcut YouTube channel. And if you're new here, really do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, also leave a comment down below. It really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get right on into this thing. We got the tools out. That means we're going to be doing a little bit of a disassembly and maintenance video. If you guys missed the review of this kunwu nice primo, make sure you go check that out. It should have just dropped here a couple of days ago. And as you can see, we don't have too many tools on the table. This is actually I forgot to say it in the review of this thing, but this knife is put together with all T8 hardware except for just the lock bar stabilizer or the steel insert. So pretty easy. You're gonna have a not an abundance of tools out to take a knife apart, take it, put it back together and actually work on them. So that is an awesome thing to see. And a little bit of a shameless plug here too. Steven, this is actually Steven the Lantern Man's knife. So him and his little man Dom actually sent over this Vero Engineering, bit driver here too. Really cool. This is a full titanium bit driver with a really awesome, bearing on the end to you can do all your fancy fidgety stuff with it, and you got that thing flying. It really never stops. So pretty cool there. And it does come with this actual little bit of bits and pieces here that you can actually put in this little storage case, and it actually does have a actual case it comes with as well. So you got T8, T6, Phillips, and a T10. So really cool all in one kit there. But let's go ahead and get on into this thing. Let's just take this pocket clip off. And of course, with taking apart your knives, you just have to make sure that you're putting everything back together where it is supposed to be going. Keep all your screws separate. So we're going to put that one over there. This thing should come right out, off to a really good start. Now, why would that not want to come out of there? Must just be a pretty tight fit. Don't want to go wrenching on nothing. You probably don't have to take the pocket clip out, but we'll just go ahead and keep that one there for now and see what happens. Let's go ahead and take the pivot out. Of course, T8 on the pivot as well. Pivot came right out real easy. Let's go ahead and move that little dude out of the way. I like to put my pivot hardware up here. That pivot collar should come out of there somehow. The main reasoning for wanting taking this knife apart was I feel like the action was just a little bit gritty, so I wanted to see if we could help the action out somewhat. Must be, oh, those are actually through. But they are not captive, doesn't seem like. So that's going to be for a barrel spacer. It's actually not a barrel spacer, but integrated back spacer there. There's the front one and the back one. So this knife should come right apart. So just like that, we do have a internal stop pin that comes out. Nice to see. We do have a steel, looks like a some sort of spacer or something right there, some sort of insert. You can tell he was definitely mowing the yard or something when he was carrying this thing last, because we got all sorts of good stuff in there. So there's our spacer. We do have multi-row bearings. Are they steel bearings? They're definitely not ceramic bearings. They are ceramic bearings. I do like the multi-row though. That's pretty cool. I can't believe that it was feeling gritty. I don't really understand that. So there's our pivot. Come out the other side. Looks like the pivot collar wants to stay in there, which is not a big deal. That pocket clip is not held in with anything. It must just be that tight of a friction fit. So there's our back spacer. Came right on out of there. Just like so. I wonder what that third hole is for. There's another hole in that back spacer, and I know it's definitely not weight relieving. It doesn't make enough of a difference for that, but I'm just actually noticing that these handles are also contoured, which is really does help out on the overall, hand feel in the hand, I guess you should say. We're getting stuff flying everywhere. All right, so there's our back spacer. There's our barrel spacers. They are the same length as what it looks like. Yep, same length on there. And these actually thread in from both sides, which is pretty cool. Not captive, not my favorite thing to see in the world, but oh well. Pivot screw. All right, there's one of the scales. There's our steel spacer for the other side. and our other multi-row bearing there. So why don't we go ahead and get a little bit of alcohol on this cloth here. We get this thing cleaned up and put back together, see if we improve the action whatsoever. Like I say, it wasn't bad before, but I just feel like with a blade this big, it should have been able to drop shut very easily. And that little bit of grass and that right along the blade there was kind of bugging me before. So get this thing all cleaned up for him. I'm honestly surprised he didn't get a set of skiffs for this knife. All right, there's the blade. That is a honking chunk of Van Kron steel right there. Like I said, I'm still not too sure what the whole Van Kron thing means. I didn't look too far into it. All I know is that it can, you know, get up to incredible hardness levels, which is pretty impressive. You don't see knives in the 60, 63, 65 range very often. We're just going to leave that pivot collar in there, not mess with that too much. One thing about a frame locking knife, they come apart and go together very easily typically. Gotta appreciate that. Something like an axis lock sometimes can really test your patience getting that your Omega springs and whatever back into it without pulling your hair out. Can be a challenge. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw this T8 screw back in that pocket clip. Didn't even need to mess with that. Alright, perfect. Alright. So this is going to be a captive pivot. Love to see that. Alright. Got the pivot installed there, so we're going to go with our spacer first. Let's actually clean that up if we can. Skipping ahead of myself. Get some of that old oil off there. We're going to be putting some nice pivot lube in it. All right, you can tell where it's already been kind of worn in right there. All right. Throw a couple drops on here. A little bit goes a long way. I've had this same bottle for, I don't even know, years now. And still trucking along. This would be a good time to throw our stop pin in there. And now let's go ahead and set the blade on. Like so. Let's get our other bearing here. Clean him up. Perfect. A little bit more juice in this one. Always nice to keep a magnet with you when you're doing these disassemblies. Might help you out in the future. Looking at this, I probably should have maybe started this from the other side, because put these lanyard or the backspacer pins in. Might be a little easier said than done with the pocket clip on there. Like so. Maybe it would have been a good idea to take that pocket clip off there, but we're going to do our best. We're already this far in. Definitely not much of a pro at this. Just kind of do enjoy taking them apart though. All right. So backspacer is going to be going on. Like so. Perfect. Now we should be able to slap this side of the scale on. I'd like to see if we can get this pivot screw started. Without losing our backspacer on the other side. No take. Yep. All right, so that one took there. Of course, nothing's tightened yet. We just starting. Once we get everything started in there, then we'll do a final tighten down and see if we need to adjust anything for the action wise. All right, there's that one. One more in the back. Definitely minimal hardware. All right, let's go ahead and tighten this dude back down. Everything nice and snug. Of course, we don't have to go crazy wrenching on this thing, just enough. Definitely improved the action for sure. I feel like it was not near as drop shut. Still can't get that front flipper though. I feel like I'm better off with my right hand. This thing flies right out though. Definitely better with the front flipper with the right hand. Still not much of a left-hand bias knife guy. Alright, so that is how you disassemble and maintain your kunwu nice primo. Hopefully you guys maybe learned something. Like I said, all these frame locks are basically going to be the same exact way. You're going apart and coming back together. Definitely pretty convenient lock type, and love working with them. So really do appreciate it. Thanks, Steve, for sending this over to us. Definitely make sure your blade centering's right on the money. Perfect as always. And we will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.